Welcome to Beaded Doilies by Shell. I believe in the last video I had forgotten to show you the design up to where we tied off. So here is the center, and this is the row that we were working on, so you can check your piece. Now we ended at the end of our row, so we will be beginning today with a new row. With this piece, the center out to the end design is the same on both sides, so you don't need to worry about which side to begin on. Our first row here is slightly longer than our second row, so you want to begin on the slightly shorter row because that is the second one we're going to be coming off of. Now our new row is slightly longer than this row, so all we're going to do is go through one bead. You do not want the end bead here. You want to make sure you use the first side bead, and you'll take the end of your string, and you will go through it going towards the direction you want to bead. So you want to come away from the end bead through the first bead on the side here. And now our string is attached to our piece, so we are going to start, and the string that went through your bead here, the one that is on the right, you are not going to use right now. You're going to use the other end, which is your left string, and we're going to add 4 red beads to it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we are going to cross both strings with a red bead. Bring our ends together, bring our bead down, and this is how your piece should look at this point. And then remember to go through your 2 side beads. And now we can begin. We're going to add 2 reds. Remember, we add to the left string as we keep our work to the right. And then we cross with a red. Bring that down. Just so you know that you have everything correct, that's how your first 2 circles should look. Now we're going to add 2 reds. And we're going to cross with a yellow. Now we'll add 2 yellows. And cross with a yellow. And then add 2 yellows. And cross with a yellow. 2 reds, and cross with a red, and then 2 reds, and cross with a red, two reds, and cross with a red, two reds, and cross with a red. And then we'll take a quick check of our piece. This is where we are so far. And again, we need 2 reds and cross with a red. Now we need a red, a yellow, and cross with a red, then we need 2 yellows, and cross with a red, then we need a yellow, a red, and cross with a red. And we need 2 reds, and cross with a red, and then we need a red, a yellow, and cross with a red. Then we need 2 yellows, and cross with red. And then we'll do a piece check. Here's how your piece should look at this point. Okay, now we need a yellow, a red, and we're going to cross with green. Now we need 2 green and cross with a green. Now we need a green, red, and cross with red. Now we need 2 reds and cross with a yellow. Now we need 2 yellows and cross with a yellow. Alright, and at this point our yellow circle is right next to our green center circle. So this is the center of this row, and this is how your piece should look up to this point. Now we need 2 reds and cross with a red. Then we need a red, a green, and cross with a green. And 2 greens and cross with a green. And now we need a red, a yellow, and cross with a red. Now we need 2 yellows and cross with a red. we need a yellow, red, and cross with red. Now 2 reds and cross with red. Then a red, yellow. Did I do that in the correct order? Hold on. Yes, I'm doing that right. Okay. And cross with a red. And so you can see what we should be looking like. Here is the center of our pattern, and this is how the side should look so far. Now we're going to add 2 yellows, crossing with a red, then we're going to add a yellow, a red, and crossing with a red. Sorry about that. Now we need 2 more, or 2 reds, and we're going to cross with a red. And then 2 reds. And cross with a red. And again 2 reds. And cross with a red. Two reds, crossed with a red, two reds, and cross with a yellow, right? And from your center spot, this is how your piece should be looking thus far. Now we're going to add 2 yellows and cross with a yellow. and 2 yellows. And cross with the yellow. Now we need 2 reds. And cross with the red. Two reds and cross with a red. Now we've come to the last circle, and as this row is slightly longer than the previous row, we only have 1 side bead to go through this time. So remember, just go through 1 side bead. Now using the string that you went through your side bead with, we are going to add 3 red beads. Them drop. Now you'll take both strings and you will cross a 4th red bead. And that is how your end should look. Now you want to go through the 3rd side bead. There's one above the bead your string's coming out of and one below. You want to go through the 3rd one here. So your string is coming out of the 2nd and 3rd side bead. Then you want the string that's coming towards the end of your pattern. And this one we are going to add 3 red beads. And then you'll take both strings and you will cross a 4th red bead. And this is how your beginning of your new row should look. Go through your 2 side beads. And we can continue. We need 2 reds. And we'll cross with a red. Don't believe I showed you the previous finished row. Here is your center spot, and you can check your row to make sure it looks correct. And for this one, our next one's going to be 2 reds and cross a red. And I think we will tie off with the next set. So we will take all 3 reds for this next set and we'll put them all on the left string. And I will be doing a knot, so I'll do a single and then a double overhand. Remember not to pull it tight, just bring it down. It's wrapping around my... Okay, hold on. Which way? Don't let it wrap around your bead, because that'll make it difficult. Okay, then put it inside the last bead we added. Once it's inside the bead, mine's not being happy right now. Okay, it's inside. We pull tight, and then we thread back at least 2 center beads. And if you're unable to tie a knot, then you want to go back at least 5 or 6. So as this ends too soon, you'll want to turn to the next row and come up it a few. But if you're able to tie the knot and hide it inside the bead, that's the easiest way to secure your string. The other way will secure it well, it just takes a little more threading back. Right, we'll cut off our excess. And there is, this row is all red so far, and there is your piece from the, where's the halfway point is here. So this is what this side looks like, and I hope to see you in the next video.